What's going on, guys? It's Greg Meets Kirst, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial, which I have not done in a while. I'm going to try and get back to doing more, especially as we close out the college season here. I want to take a look at some of the biggest college players' pockets, and today we have none other than CJ Kirst's pocket. Found some pictures on Instagram, pulled together the best pattern that I could. This is in our Mirage 2. He obviously uses the Nike L3. This has a couple more sidewall holes, but I think the pattern still comes out great, will work for most heads, and be pretty applicable. I will show you how to string it. Obviously, he just broke the all-time scoring record. Congrats to him and Cornell. Hopefully they can make a deep playoff run. And let me know down in the comments what other players you'd like me to see me do pockets for, and I will break as many down as I can between now and the end of the season. We did a regular top string. This is 9 diamond or 10 diamond Hero 4 with a 9 diamond top string. On the second hole, we have a tutorial for the 9 diamond top string, which doesn't change. You can start there, and then we'll jump into the sidewall pattern. Top string is done. Again, top string is on the second hole, so we're gonna start on the third through the outside, and then you're gonna go through the first 10 diamond row mesh, which is right here, from the face to the back, and loop back around to that same sidewall hole. And you wanna do that twice. You don't need to do it twice. You can just do it once, but it does clamp it down nice and tight to do it twice. So for CJ's first couple of knots, he's doing knotted SIs, which I will show you how to do. We're gonna skip a hole. So for a knotted SI, you're gonna go from the back to the front of the mesh, right through the back, and then you're gonna go from the outside to the inside of the sidewall. Now without going through the mesh again, you're gonna come back around and go around the back of the sidewall, making a overhand knot on the sidewall. And that is when you're gonna come back from the front to the back of the mesh, clamping that hole of mesh around the knot, as you can see here. So we're gonna do that one more time. We skipped a hole there. We're gonna skip another one here, spaces out a little bit. So again, back to front of the mesh, pretty simple. Outside to inside of the sidewall hole, string, not through anything, just back around and through that loop that you left. Pull all the slack out to make a nice tight overhand knot, as you can see, and then back up from the front to the back of the mesh, and that will put that hole of mesh around that knot. We're gonna skip one more sidewall hole, do that same process one more time for a third knotted SI. These help keep the mesh nice and tight, and it does appear to be what he uses in his actual pocket. Okay, so now that we've got the loop, skip, knotted SI, skip, knotted SI, skip, knotted SI, we've got those nice and tight. What we're gonna do here is what happens on a lot of patterns, but not something we do in tutorials a lot, is just, I call it a false knot. It's nothing. You just come down to the next one, go through the outside of the sidewall, back around, and make that knot, and we're not touching any mesh at all. What this does just moves the pattern a little lower, keeps the channel a little tighter. So next up, he's gonna do a 2, which gives it a little bit of that high feeling. So you're gonna go from the front of the mesh to the back, and then right back around to the next hole mesh, front to back. That'll bump those up real tight to each other. And then he does his 2s with a knot. You don't need to do an overhand knot here. I don't a lot of the time, but for the sake of authenticity, we're going to do here. So for that, he's gonna do a 2, but he's also skipping a hole in the middle. That lets it float a little bit. It can move a little bit. And then we just got a couple of 1s with knots. So from the face to the back, around the outside, and then make that knot. That's another 1. I'm gonna do 2 more of those without skipping any holes. This is gonna start to bunch that mesh up in addition to that 2, and make the pocket nice and deep right in the middle of the head. Okay. So now we've got the 2 with a skip, then 1, 2, 3 of those in a row. And for the last one, you come from the back of the mesh to the front, and then out through the second to last, that was the last, out through the second to last sidewall hole. This is ending the pattern a little earlier than some, so again, that pocket's just pushed up in the head a little bit. It's a little higher, gonna give it a little extra whip. So there it is. All right, so here's the finished setup. Got the shooting strings in, so again, a really nice deep mid pocket, a little bit of whip. Shooters drop down on the 2 10 diamond rows with just 2 regular shooting strings. a really nice pocket, especially for a big shooter like him. And clearly it works because his shooting percentage is really crazy this year, and he's obviously having a great season. So let me know down in the comments what other players you guys would like us to look at their pockets, and I'll try and make as many as I can between now and Memorial Day weekend. Okay, I'll put this at the end just for everyone who just wants to see the pattern. So top string on the second, loop start on the third, skip, knotted SI, skip, knotted SI, skip, knotted SI, a single knot, 2 with a skip, 1, 1, 1, and then a final one in the tie off. There it is.